Welcome to the Hoppothetically podcast with Nikki Downtown and Fat Nate. We provide thoughtful and correct answers to probably the most important questions in the world. I'm a New York City-based comedian. Nathan is a New York City-based dyslexic. Thank you so much for being here. We hope you enjoy the show. Hoppothetically, episode 43. We're back. This is the first time in a while, not after a hiatus. We're just back. How about that? Got any news?
As part of converting, I'm like practicing and learning about Islam because I'm converting for my girlfriend. And part of that was she was teaching me how to pray. And I thought it wasn't going to be that hard. And I was kind of excited about it. So I was doing it kind of quickly. And there was one part where you have to put your hands on the ground and kind of put your head down. But I did it way too fast and basically just headbutted the ground. And I don't think I'm going to make a very good Muslim.
I feel like that shows an extra devotion.
The most devoted, like, imams just knock themselves out.
Yeah. Yeah, people think they're praying for like 45 minutes a day just because they pass out.
Yeah, and they come to ready, because there's 5 prayers a day. They come to ready for the next prayer, and they just do it again.
Remember I had this joke a long time ago that bombed so bad I never did it again? But there was how difficult push-ups are, and that sometimes you go down, and the prospect of pushing up is so difficult that I just convert to Islam so I can just stay down there.
Yeah, that's not... it's not great.
Okay.
I don't think that's very good.
Fair enough. I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Don't tell me about it.
I didn't like it.
Shut up.
I thought it was
Don't
stupid.
Even tell me
I thought it was really stupid.
Don't even tell me that.
It's getting, by and large, good reviews, and it's making me feel insane. I guess I won't tell you about it.
Yeah.
Except I'll tell you one thing. There's a character whose name is Teefs, and he's an animated walrus in a wheelchair. This is a real character in the movie, and it's great. Like all his scenes are supposed to be really sad, like, but he's always in the background, just like I'm Teefs, and you're like, what the? It's like a little kid thing. How am I supposed to watch this movie with this thing rolling around?
Walruses can't have.
They just shouldn't be talking in movies unless it's.
Yeah, but they can't have
unless it's
problems.
About. No, you can't have a talking walrus in a wheelchair who's like not a big focus of the movie. He's just like. It's just weird to think that Iron Man existed. Remember Iron Man 1? It was a grounded story about terrorism. That is in the same world as like, Teefs.
Are you upset that there's walruses in the same world as Tony Stark?
Walruses in wheelchairs, yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
So what are they supposed to do if they're
put them back in the water? I don't know.
Lower. Yeah, it does feel like water would solve the problem.
Also, walruses already drag themselves.
Yeah,
they are already disabled in this way.
They need the wheel. They all need the wheelchair. So maybe the problem is: are you upset that Tony Stark lives in a world where all walruses don't have the option to get wheelchairs?
I just think Robert Downey Jr. probably watches these movies and just thinks, boy, I really got out when it was good to get out. Iron Man comes back and they're like, all right, this time you're teaming up with Teefs to fight, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's just Teefs. You know, it's just you guys talking.
Yeah, but they had like a talking raccoon and that was fine.
Right. Just him. You were like, all right, I'll suspend disbelief a bit for this. It's voiced by Bradley Cooper.
The animals? Is it the fins? Like, why not? Why is
it's the wheelchair. And the voice, because they made a silly walrus sound like what you'd think a silly walrus sounded like. Like, imagine if you just were shown Rocket's character and be like, what should the voice be like? You'd be like, hey, I'm Rocket, you know, something retarded. But they didn't do that. They were smart. They were like, we're going to have Bradley Cooper act. But with Teefs, they were like, let's make him sound like Teefs.
What if you found out Teefs was like another... This is the guy that does... Who did Lincoln?
Vin Diesel does Groot. Oh. Daniel Day-Lewis was Teefs.
Yeah, and he was like, no, this is what I think. They let him pick whatever he wanted, and he picked the voice, like that annoying voice for Teefs.
He disappears into the role.
Yeah, he's...
I drink your milkshake!
Would that change the movie for you?
That would change everything for me. That would be a pretty funny thing to get, because no one pays attention. You should tell people that if they haven't seen it, be like, hey, there's a walrus. I haven't seen the movie, but there's a walrus who was played by Daniel Day-Lewis. Keep an eye out. And they would just be like, what? What? Couldn't even watch the movie.
Or people come out and be like, yeah, actually, that makes a lot of...
What a performance he gave.
Yeah. Oscar worthy. You thought The Whale was good. Now we'll do The Walrus.
Connected universe Teefs in the Whale 2. I'm so fat. You don't seem that fat to me. You just need a bigger wheelchair.
You wouldn't have a Whale 2. The end, he crushed his daughter to death.
The Whale 2, now his daughter's fat as shit. And the mom is just like, God, you're a bummer of a family.
There's more eating scenes. They were like, that's what we want. They cut out everything
they
else.
amp it up.
There's no dialogue. It would be a silent film if not for the chewing.
You ever heard that short story? It's called like The Egg. So a guy dies, he goes to heaven, and then he's about to be reincarnated. And God explains, like, it's just you and me, but for you to become at my level, you need to live every life. And then once you do that, we'll go into the beyond, right? So you die, you get there, he explains that to you. You have one more life to live, and it's the guy who got fucked by a horse and died. And you're like, can I skip that one? I feel like...
Mr. Gloves or whatever?
You're Mr. Gloves. And you're like, I feel like I get it. And he's like, no, you're not going to be full-fledged God until you go live this guy's life.
Until what part? And he's like, when the horse comes in you, you become God.
Yeah, you understand.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't think I need to And he's like, yeah, but like, what do you think it means to be omniscient? You know everything. You don't know what it's like for a horse.
One thing you don't know, and it's to have a horse come in you to death.
Yeah.
Like, can I be a different guy and I ask that guy? No. And God's up there watching like, my son, it's beautiful. I'm so proud of you. And you're like, ah.
And you're like, I have to do the whole 40 years of buildup where I am sexually attracted to getting fucked in the ass by a horse, but don't have the confidence yet I have to do all of that just to knowingly get fucked in the ass by a horse to death.
Yeah, he's like, can I just go be another kid in the Holocaust instead of that? Nope, you
honestly,
gotta go be the horse
I think
guy.
I would rather can I just get fucked by a horse right now and have 10 minutes, it's over.
And he goes, I'm sorry, son. There's the easy way and there's the right way. Now you get down there, son. And then you get back after that and he goes, I'm sorry, son. I forgot you also have to be the horse.
He's like, actually, I don't think that'll be that bad of a job. I did a good job.
Yeah.
I think the horse will have a great time. Oh, that'd be horrible if he was the horse like a few hundred lives ago and he's like, fuck
I kind of remember that, actually.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I fucked that guy's tight little ass to death.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. He did not. Oh,
yeah,
God.
And I was relentless.
I even thought in the moment, maybe I should chill out. This guy's not, and I didn't. And I remember the moment when I thought, should I chill out? Nope.
Yeah, I was going to ask when you brought this whole story up, my first thought was, do you think he was Hitler first or all the Jews?
Let's keep it at the horses, Nathan.
Yeah, you're right.
All the Jews. Every time he gets to heaven and he's like, Hitler now? And they're like, nope. You got a lot of Jews left.
Is me being all the Jews first going to make me a kinder Hitler? He's like, no.
You get fucked in the ass by the horse, you die, you go to heaven, God's like, all right, you're ready for the great beyond. And then you and God walk into the beyond and it's just a bunch of horses. And you're like, whoa. All right, a lot of stuff's making sense now. And the horses are just...
Yeah, God's like, are you ready? And you're like, I actually didn't like that as much as it seems like you did.
Yeah, God's waiting for you to come. And he's like, wasn't it cool? The horse thing, right? It was way better than you... No, I thought it was weird.
I feel like you do one of those things like, yeah, dude. I mean, it was cool. I mean, it's not... I get why it's not for everybody, but like, no, I thought it was a good time. He's like, you ready to do it again? You're like, yeah, man. I don't know. I need like a little break. It's better than doing the horse one first, right? You come out and you're like, I don't want to...
Your first life's the horse guy. Yeah, and you're like, I don't like humanity. It doesn't make sense to me.
I don't like existence. I think it's just pain and
it's weird.
Yeah. Number 2 is the horse. And like, so this is everybody? You get to the third life and you're like, so when do we fuck the horses? And everyone else is like, what? The book The Giver is basically the same premise. That at some point he would have to give the memory. Like he gives all the memories to the little kid. They never bring it up in the book, but at some point you have to give him a lot of sexual memories. And I think that would be very uncomfortable for both parties. That they're going to be a weird day. Yeah, he would have this really sexually drived experience and then come to and it's just an old man touching him.
You both come to and the old guy's like, right? And you're like,
yeah, but you come to and you both have like,
yeah, that was cool. You want to talk about something else? No, if you like that, you're going to love.
Yeah, he's like, how many more of these do we have? He's like, a lot.
I went through a phase. It was The Giver, and the guy he's like, all right, I get memories. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I want to have fucked your wife. That's like all he's about. He's like, when do we get to when we fucked your wife? Like, I don't give my personal... You give all of them, right? Let's just do that first. You're going to give it to me eventually. What's she smell like?
Yeah, I don't have to give you my own personal memories. I just give you...
This is for humanity. I am the record of all... Let me fuck your wife. And he just goes and fucks the guy's wife. Not even.
And then
I'll give you the memory, and
then he gives the giver that memory.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to show you something. He's like, is this me this you fucking my wife?
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, if all right, yeah, it's the giver, but the old guy fucked the young. It's no one's a kid; they're both adults.
Yeah,
the old guy fucked the young guy's wife, and he gives him that memory. He's like, "Wait, was this a memory of me?" And the guy's, "Nope, that was me. You were at a friend's house." Why did we start with that? I wanted to apologize.
You need to pay more attention. You know, like war memorials, or like not even a memorial, like a memorial, like a museum. What do you think those war museums would look like in the Call of Duty world? Instead of having a statue of everyone putting up a flag, it'd be a statue of 8 guys teabagging.
Right, heroically teabagging. In actual Call of Duty, some people are so good and some people like suck. So there'd be war heroes who personally killed like 100,000 people.
I think you would have a lot of, when you described battles, you would have a lot of descriptions of one guy sitting in a corner of a room just mowing down people as they tried to walk in. Like entire battles and fronts would be held by singular individuals camping in corners. And I don't think we would look at...
No, there'd be like douchey victory. Like, yeah, we won the battle and saved all these people. This guy camped. He camped the whole time. And we are not proud of him.
Yeah, we lost the front to Nazi Germany because every soldier tried to no-scope and was just not very good.
Statues of guys with snipers.
Spinning. Spinning and then missing and then getting shot in the head by other guys spinning. And
the people who play COD, like over the headsets, the shit they say, I wonder how similar that is to actual what you yell when you are in a war.
I bet that part is actually pretty similar, except for all the "I fucked your mom" stuff.
I think that's in there.
You think that's part of it?
Yeah, they're fighting the Viet Cong, making fun of their mom's juicy tits. The Viet Cong learns English, so they know the enemy plans, and it's like, so what did you learn? They just keep calling us facts. That's all it is. They don't even seem to have a tactic. They just keep calling me a fact. Soldiers in war now played COD growing up. So I gotta think there is some real teabagging happening.
There has to be. Like, if I was in war, I would teabag.
I wouldn't.
Wow.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
I wonder if COD is so big that that's like against the Geneva Convention.
I hope they put in all this stuff, like no camping is in the Geneva Convention now.
Boo.
Boo.
Get out there.
Yeah. They define what quick scoping is. Like, if you look through the scope for a second, then fire, that's not quick scoping.
Yeah.
Claymores are for pussies. It's not against the rules. You're just a pussy if you use it.
I mean, there would be some stuff that in Call of Duty just is cool, but in the real world, so grisly. Like, this guy had a machine gun that we gave him. It's standard issue, and he knifed 80 people.
Multiple times.
And he kept calling them names. I mean, this guy is a serial killer, really. I mean, he was in a war zone, but what he did was so obnoxious and upsetting that he's a serial killer.
Yeah, he just kept shouting about fucking their moms as he brutally stabbed them to death. Yeah, he was supposed to be guarding a position. He wasn't supposed to be attacking anybody.
This guy was tomahawking people for some reason.
We didn't give him a tomahawk.
He found a tomahawk. Yeah. He put his gun down so he could run faster with the tomahawk.
Yeah, we need to stop giving out tomahawks. We have a big problem. Once we give soldiers tomahawks, they refuse to bring their guns into battle.
Yeah.
It's incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, there'd be a statue of a dude who was on one end of the map and just chucked the tomahawk straight up in the air and it just hit a random guy.
Could you imagine training at like boot camp for that? Yeah, we're going to train for tomahawks just raining down from the sky at random locations. Like, I don't think this is going to be useful. This is very practical.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Enough.
Yeah. Once is enough. Is that a bird? It was a tomahawk. You know how when you think of karate, you think of children.
Yeah.
All right. It's karate for adults. We're rebranding karate for adults. What if it's like a wine and karate night? These like 30-something like wealthy women. Karate night! Let's leave the men at home and do some karate.
Yeah, wine, cheese, and karate. We chop charcuterie boards. And then I presume you throw up from drinking wine and exercising.
And being flipped.
Yeah.
Or they just have a kid there and they just beat the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah. He's doing like the actual karate moves he's learned, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. You're twice his size.
I mean, it's just drinking, right?
Yeah, it's mostly just adding drinking.
Drunk karate. How do you fight with the spins? Adult karate.
You can be a black belt and black out.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, is there a way to use throw up defensively? Never for offense. We have a code. But you're holding this vomit.
how to keep fighting, but take a little nap.
Right. Yeah, how do you beat the fuck out of the Taco Bell guy because he got your order wrong? Adult karate. The Uber driver is threatening to give you a bad rating because you peed in the back. They teach you how to kick a seat.
It's like, why'd you stop being an Uber driver? Every drunk person I rode with put me in a chokehold. They were terrible, terrible passengers, but very good at fighting.
Yeah. Okay, so this move is for when you're drunk and you need to drive.
This is how you disarm someone who's trying to take your keys.
Yeah. Yeah, the keys are a weapon. And then the people who actually took this, they black out and they accidentally stab their friend. My friend lost an eye. Yeah, the karate. A lot of people sue us after adult karate.
I just love the idea of they're all training in pairs of two, and it's just one person holding keys. He's like, try to take it from me. Just spins and throws them on the ground. And now you can get in your car and drive home.
The first belt is a seat belt. The second belt, no seat belt.
A cop pulls someone over in a karate outfit. He's like, I think you're coming with me. And he's like, no, I'm not drunk. He's like, you're wearing the karate
You're
outfit.
wearing adult karate.
You're wearing adult karate. We know what you do there.
It could be for parents to discipline their kids. You know, like when your kid acts up, you learn how to really, your kid is like, that really hurt, really bad.
It's adult karate is when you want to hit your kid, but hitting your kid is wrong. You're like, we're going to go to adult karate. So we're going to train.
Yeah.
It's not child abuse.
It's practice.
It's practice, yeah.
The world's tough out there because I keep throwing you. Could you imagine if when you acted up, mom or dad swept your legs?
Put you in a fucking chokehold?
Yeah, and they're like, it's actually safer than spanking.
Yeah. Like trying to tap. I can't hear you tap.
Yeah, there's no tapping, son. There's doing your homework and there's fucking Yeah, I don't know. What's the rules for spanking? Like if you act up and your dad kicks you in the chest. Are kicks allowed in parenting?
I don't think so. I mean, mom tried to kick me, but I don't think kicks are allowed. I feel like it has to be.
The thing about kicks, they say not to do kicks in a real fight, but for a disciplinary thing, you could just tell your kid, hey, don't catch my foot.
Could you imagine if your parent just kept doing, like an MMA, how they do the ankle?
Yeah, just kept doing shin kicks.
You're like, God damn it. It's not painful at first, but after the fifth or sixth kick, you're not walking anymore. And you're like, how am I supposed to clean? Yeah. You're in a CIA black site and all of your friends are getting moved to advanced interrogation, but you're going to remedial interrogation because you're not good enough. What do you do?
Oh, man. Yeah, you're like, I know secrets. They're like, right, why don't you just pick the triangle? I know where the bombs are. Yeah, just...
let's start with some
Let's try 3 times 8. Come on. You look at the guy next to you and he's actually retarded.
And you're like,
he's not even a terrorist.
Yeah,
he's been misbehaving.
I brought a bomb into an airport and you're like, okay.
Yeah, that's against the rules. You know that, right, mister?
You get no popsicle.
Yeah. They just keep putting you down for naps. If you did get threatened to put down, eventually you would act like a kid. I'm not tired. Yeah. You seem tired.
No, you're like, no. Genuinely, I'm not sleepy. Like you try to do it as an adult, and they just go, But what if you put the blankie on you? It's 3:30, and then you go to lunch where everybody is, and they're talking about how fucked up.
Yeah, they're changed.
Yeah,
you're asking, I want to be waterboarded. They're like, okay, and they squirt on you. Yeah. Oh no, tell us! You better tell us all the secrets. I know this isn't it. Oh no, super sucker.
Yeah, and you're hanging out with your friends. Like, yeah, dude, they just kept playing metal music for 300 hours, and I haven't slept in days. And you're like, yeah, just put me to bed at 3:30. Yeah. Dude, I didn't get dessert before they put me in a nap.
And then one guy, there's a miscommunication and goes to the wrong room and just beats the fuck out of you.
And you go back to remedial. Yeah. I actually really don't mind remedial interrogation.
You're never going to get into Guantanamo Bay. I don't want to go.
Could you imagine that when you worked really hard to remedial interrogation? Like, you're going to Guantanamo Bay to do advanced interrogation. You're like, oh my God, I did it. I thought I wasn't going to make it. I thought when I was sent here, I was just going to be behind and I was never going to catch up to all my friends. And now they're going to hose me down and waterboard me.
Do you think they train you at all for getting tortured?
No.
They're just like, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, you don't worry about it.
Probably won't even happen. But there's no escape plan. None of these have escape plans. I just blow stuff up and then I'm just sitting there. Yeah. Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, you'll get out. Run.
Yeah, run. That's the plan.
Yeah, you're pretty fast.
I wonder how much the 72 virgins actually comes up, just like day to day when they're getting ready.
You think they're really happy? Like, yeah, 73 would be too many virgins. 71, not enough virgins.
No, it's a sausage fest practically.
Yeah.
Do you think the terrorists know that we're all making fun of them for their 72 virgins thing?
I've asked about this, and she's like, that no one believes that. That's not like a real...
What?
Yeah, that's not like a real thing.
I thought that was the most charming part of the terrorists.
No, it's like that part's bullshit.
When you hear about the 72 virgin thing, it's kind of charming. You're like, let them do it. Just let them blow the thing up. They think they get 72 virgins. That's so fun.
Yeah, it's like you're going to ruin Christmas for someone. You see a terrorist on your airplane, and someone's like, dude, the 72 virgins even real, and someone else hits you and like, dude, don't ruin it for them. Do you remember when you thought there was going to be 72 virgins? When you did a terrorist attack?
Yeah, that's something you let their parents tell them.
Yeah. When they're old enough and ready.
Is there porn that exists that is this category? 72 women?
It's not even them having sex. It's just them waiting in line to
mostly,
have sex. Yeah.
It's mostly not the sex.
Yeah,
it's mostly the line.
Because they pan all the way out and back. It's pretty much just the line.
Yeah, by the time they pan out and then back, the sex is done. They keep missing it. Start kissing.
Pan back. He's done.
We're done. Now we're on kissing the second. Damn it.
Pans back. He's tired. Keep seeing women in a line and then him eating a sandwich.
Yeah, I'm surprised in the Crusades, Christians didn't try to... We get 73 virgins.
What did we promise? Do you think they all came back and were like, hey, priest, they were offering virgins.
Yeah.
Their heaven gets... What do we get?
One with God. Is God a virgin? Yes.
Do we get to fuck him? I don't think so. And also, all they have to do is blow up a building. We have to keep paying for indulgences. Like, why is our God a cheap piece of shit?
If I was a priest and we were in the Crusades, they get the virgins, I would say you fuck 72 of their moms.
People don't even really want to fuck their moms. They just don't want one of their moms fucked.
Yeah, that's what you tell them.
Or not.
Why do you do this? Because we get to fuck all your moms in heaven. Yeah, we surrender. Don't fuck my mom in heaven. We fuck her for all eternity. We fuck 72 instances of your mom. The Pope fights crime in the Vatican. That's the scenario.
What crime is happening in the Vatican?
There's just Jews around, and the Pope fights them.
No,
the Pope fights reporters who keep trying to report on the spotlight incidents. And when the Pope has to solve a crime, he sits in that chair of St. Peter, which makes him infallible. And it goes, who did the crime? And then St. Peter goes, it was...
Does he still wear the Pope outfit when he fights crime at night? Mm-hmm. So it's pretty clearly the Pope, and he's really old, so he's not fighting the crime quickly.
But he wears a mask.
Really what's happening is he's trying to fight the crime. The priests are worried he's going to get hurt, so they go and deal with the situation. And then they tell him that they have no idea who helped them that night. Like, they saved the day. They have no idea who it was.
I think it would really, because he is old, so he's not that agile. It would just be the Pope running people over with the Pope mobile. He just
part of it.
Runs over random people, and then they frame them with fake crimes because they need it. The Pope can't run over
so
people.
He's just a tyrant.
No, he's a crime fighter.
What is he fighting? He's not fighting crime.
No, he fights crime. He just accidentally runs over a guy, and then they plant cocaine on the guy, and they go, "It's the Pope. He did it again."
When you become a priest at a high enough level, cardinal. When you're a cardinal and you join and you get to that level, they're like, yeah, watch out. Don't go out past 7. The Pope likes to get into the car and mow down as many people as he can and plants cocaine. We don't have drug dealers. We're a bunch of priests.
Could you imagine if you were doing a crime, like you were buying drugs, and the Pope appeared behind you?
Like, as a guilt trip, or is he beating the shit out of me?
He beats you up, and you're like, I'm sorry, and he goes, oh, I forgive you. And then he just keeps beating you. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me, as he throws you off the balcony.
He, pulls out a gun. They're, on their knees. They're like, please, please, please forgive me. He's like, yeah, do 5 Hail Marys, and then just shoots them in the head.
That would be if I was a priest and also a superhero, the confessional box would be my entrance to the Batcave.
That would
to the Pope cave.
That would suck though. You're choking out a criminal about to finish the job, and then he's he starts confessing, and you're like, fuck. And just stop. They're like, okay, come on. What are your confessions?
Police should use that as an interrogation method. They just dress up like a priest. They come in. You can tell me I'm a priest. So I can just tell you, and it can't be used against me. No, I'm a priest. It looks like you got this priest outfit from Party City. It has holes for your tits. No, I'm a priest.
You're still wearing the cop hat.
That'd be such a ridiculous show.
What?
It's just priest who does fake confession. You go into the confessional booth, you admit whatever you did, and then he's like, "So what's my penance?" And the priest goes, 5 to 10 years in federal prison. And you open the door out of the thing, and the cops are there. You'll have plenty of time for your Hail Marys. In jail.
Oh, I think it's like a prank show where they
priest.
Where they drop the thing and it's a bunch of cameras. It's like there's a camera there and there and there.
A priest like hidden reality TV show.
Yeah.
You admit you cheated on your wife, and then there's all the cameras, and he's like, "You fucked a kid," and he's like, "Cut."
No,
we're not airing that.
Yeah, we aren't To Catch a Predator.
The Pope fights crime, and he has a young ward with him, Robin.
Nope.
But he knows PR is bad, so Robin's like 56.
We'll do a different question. So your neighbor's dog keeps shitting on your lawn, and then World War II ends, and they put the Berlin Wall up, and you're doing great. But it's been a few years, and it seems like kind of tides are turned the other way, and the wall might be coming down. But you really don't want your lawn getting ruined.
Like my lawn is exactly on the wall.
Yeah, you really don't want. Yeah, you don't want their dog shitting on your lawn. Do you go on a tirade against the evils of capitalism for a really nice lawn?
I'm on the capitalist side.
Yeah, and you have to convince them to keep
and
the
Reagan's trying to get shit on my lawn.
Yeah.
Do you think they cleaned up the wall, or was it like construction on 95? They're still tearing down the wall. It's been 8 months.
I was gonna say,
they used to go to Denny's. Now I gotta go all the way around because the wall's being torn down. Remember, there's the famous Reagan speech where he goes, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall." Mm-hmm. They don't talk about the famous Gorbachev speech where he goes, "No,
I'd rather not."
No. He was talking like that because they were on the other side of the wall. That's why he's all slow. Tear down this wall. What? Shit. Do you think there were people in East Germany who wanted to keep the wall up because they were worried about Mexicans taking their jobs?
Yeah. They just
that's going to take all of our jobs.
Yeah. How Russia convinced East Germany to stay in the hellish communism was by explaining that a lot of Mexicans had immigrated to West Berlin
and we're just sitting there.
Yeah. They're just
yeah, the premise is basically wherever there's a wall, Mexicans want to get on the other side.
It's not that Mexicans want a better life. They just defy walls.
Yeah, they're really like grass is greener. They're like, what's behind the wall?
Just let me look.
All right, that was Hoppothetically, episode 43. Thank you for listening. If you're in or near Hanover, Pennsylvania, I'll be at Church of Satire this weekend. May 19th and 20th. That's the Church of Satire in Hanover, Pennsylvania. I'll be there with Austin Locke. He's featuring. Thank you for listening. Follow me on Instagram, Nick Hopping Comedy, and check out my comedy specials on YouTube or on my website. Thank you so much. Good night.